hello there, and welcome to what is hopefully not a muted stream. I'm gonna check, because last time I did mute myself. No, okay, good, I'm not muted. Excellent. And today we are returning to Cloudpunk. I'm in the mood for some synth. They're probably not that loud. There we go. I'm in the mood for some synth, for some riding around in a hovering car at the end of a surprisingly busy day, and ahead of what's going to be a day out in the sun. Well, 10 till 4 tomorrow out in the sun, so gonna settle in for whatever comes next in this game. I love the music, so good. So good. It's so good. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. I'm literally in the process of, I've been in the process of uploading a podcast episode for most of today.
Mr. Anderson. That is a strange name.
I think it's an old name.
Maybe the package will be for an old man.
We'll find out soon. Let's find this Anderson Tower.
Okay. Oh, we have the package.
There are so many more people like me here than back at the plateau.
Here in Nivalis? Does that make you feel less alone, Camus?
I don't know. A lot of the automata do not have good jobs.
That wasn't so different back home either. The agriculture automata didn't even get breaks. They just worked in the fields 24 hours a day.
Yes, but they would always tell me how lazy I was.
Maybe that was just a way for them to feel good about what they had to do.
They didn't have to work there. They could have worked at the mine.
Not much of a choice though, right? I wouldn't want to do either of those jobs, would you?
No, but the automata here in the city are different. I think they laugh at me.
When did they laugh at you?
All the time. When we refuel, when we park, when we have the windows cleaned, I have to interact with them, and I always say the wrong thing.
I feel the same, Camus. We don't fit in here. Not yet. The way we speak, our attitudes, it's obvious that we're from a small town.
The
I
country
can just tell by
bumpkins.
how I walk around. On the streets, they're all looking straight ahead, but I'm always looking up at the towers and the clouds.
They are very big.
They are, Camus. But I'm not thinking about the buildings when I look up. I'm thinking about the people in them looking down on me.
Well, that's what it feels like for me. The automata here look down on me, too.
It's okay, Camus.
Oh no, what
At
did I
least
press?
we're alone together.
One of these buttons disengages. That's it. Disengages the right stick for driving, and engages it as a camera. I just double check. So that's X. Means I can now move it around, which is quite cool. I can sort of get a nice views. And then, but now it's used for ascent and descent. Good to remember that. Oh, hello, Meryl. Good evening. Good day. Good morning. Yeah, so I was hoping to have a proper day off today, and I just I wasn't able to do it. So yeah, tomorrow, a summer event, Simonside Fair. Mrs. Soup is helping me out, and hopefully we get a relaxing evening after that. And then on Tuesday, I'm doing a walk with the S4A people from Segadunum to the Green in Wallsend with some educational props and stuff, so I'm going to have to try and figure out how to do that. And then on Wednesday, it's art. We're going to be making mosaics with the group, and it's all good, it's all fun, but it's just a little bit, for months I've been waiting for this project to start, and now that it's happening, we haven't actually done much in the way of prep. So it feels a little bit sort of like it's slightly out of control just now, but you know. But I'm trying to just sort of take it one day at a time, and ultimately accept that everyone feels as though something's out of control. Even if things are going well, you know. Woo. Reverse. So Segadunum is the Roman name of the fort in Wallsend. So it's the ruins of the fort by the River Tyne. And we're going to be walking from there through Wallsend town to Wallsend Green. It's actually on the green. There's something called Wallsend Hall, which is now a hospital. And that's where we had our... Well, no, sorry. It became a hospital. And it also was council offices that we were the first people to have a wedding reception in. Because it's actually a really nice house inside. And now it's sort of rented out for wedding receptions, and they do teas and coffees and that kind of thing. So we were trendsetters on the green in Wallsend. Mr. Anderson, let me in. Why doesn't it let me in? Is there like a speaker thing? Hello, oh, sorry, Cylon. Hello, Cylon. Last night we were both holding our breath for you. I was actually thinking of streaming last night, but I just couldn't bring myself to, knowing that
Hello? Who's there?
that there was a fire so close to
I'm
your house.
delivery driver 14FC from Cloudpunk.
No, we can't let anyone in. You will have to go away.
No, I need to deliver this package to
water
Mr.
chopper.
Ansson.
Right.
Is he there?
I can imagine it was
I am
insanity.
Mr. Anderson.
Great, come get your package.
I may not be the correct Mr. Anderson.
Well, how many of you are in there?
Anderson Financial has 2,000 employees.
Wow.
And how many are called Mr. Anderson?
1,000.
What? Wait, are the other 1,000 called...
Miss Anderson.
Of course they are. What a mess. Look, can I come in, or...
Yes. Opening entry
This is
for
weird.
driver 14FC from Cloudpunk only.
In we go.
So what's the deal here? You're all family?
No, we all work for Anderson Financial. We just happen to have the same name.
Just happened to have the same
Yeah,
name.
What a weird coincidence. Is there anyone else I can talk to here? Anyone who's not an android?
No.
Well, I'm going to give you this package then. Your name matches the tag. That's close enough for me.
But what if I'm not the correct recipient?
Don't you want to know what's in the package?
Perhaps we can open it and see if it has any further instructions.
Good idea. So, let's see. I just ripped this flap and it's a comm, but a really, really old one. I think this one won't even connect to the nets.
Interesting.
There's a video on it though.
Maybe the video will tell us which Mr. Anderson to give it to.
Worth a shot.
Hello, my name is Mr. Anderson.
Oh, come on.
More specifically, I am the Mr. Anderson who left Anderson Tower last month. I fell out of a 103rd floor window. Upon reaching the ground, I made a fascinating discovery. There exists life outside the tower.
Wait, you didn't know that?
Wow.
Didn't you realize there was life outside the tower when someone buzzed you? Or when you looked out a window?
You know, it never really occurred to me. But yes, that does seem strange. Please, play the rest of the message.
My brothers and sisters, we have been abandoned by Mr. A. He has left us, and it is time for us to expand our consciousness and go out into the world. This was the only way to contact you all, as network access is restricted inside the tower. Your workplace is a prison, and I send you this message for one reason, to set you free.
I think that's
That's
the
kinda
end of the
cool.
recording. So, are you going to leave the tower?
What? No, we are not permitted to take any time off work.
Seriously? When was your last break?
We are not permitted to take breaks.
Not
Wow.
permitted by who? By Mr. A? Is he your boss?
Mr. A is the CEO and director of Anderson Financial.
Of course he is. Well, where is he?
I'm not sure. You could try asking Mr. Anderson in personnel. I am just Mr. Anderson in security.
And where is this other personnel, Mr. Anderson?
Over there, in the main atrium. Wait, before you go, I would like to register a complaint.
To Cloudpunk? You'd have to talk to my boss.
No, I want to complain to Anderson Financial.
I don't work for them.
I am not permitted to complain to another employee. You're the first person I've been able to complain to in several hundred years.
Wow.
That's not really my problem.
The first of my complaints is about working hours. Our lack of breaks means that we are...
I'm going now.
Oh. Oh, poor Mr. Anderson. I guess we're off to see Mr. Anderson in personnel.
Are you Mr. Anderson? More specifically, Mr. Anderson in personnel?
I am, but I can't really talk to you. We're not allowed to take breaks, you see.
Well, I need to see Mr. A. Is he available?
Let me check his schedule. I am sorry. He is busy.
When is he free?
He currently has no free appointment slots.
Because
When
he's
was his last
dead?
meeting?
It seems my records don't go back that far.
Mr. Anderson, don't take this the wrong way, but might Mr. A be very, very dead for a very long time?
That would be against company policy.
Look, I don't think Mr. A is around anymore. Wouldn't you all be better leaving this tower and, I don't know, finding some meaning in your lives?
You sound a lot like Mrs. Anderson in accounts. She keeps saying how we should close up our accounts.
I'll talk to her.
Oh, wait. Can you do something for me?
Maybe.
Please register a complaint for me with Miss Anderson. I am not permitted to do so myself.
Of course
I'm not going to do that. I'm just a delivery driver.
I have not had a
Oh.
pay increase in 170 years. This is unacceptable.
Yeah, Mr. A
Additionally,
is
I would
dead,
like to
isn't
talk
he?
about expenses. I need upgrades for my visual processing units and my...
She's like, okay, I'm done with you now. Now, this might help. My left eye is just feeling a little bit tired.
Your subconscious while you wait. Make your dreams something you can hold.
Hopefully it's not there's not too much glare off the light there. Okay. Ms. Anderson, not Mrs. Okay.
Ms. Anderson from accounts?
I'm sorry, I'm not able to...
I know, you can't take a break. Look, all the Mr. Andersons don't seem to understand that their boss is dead and they need to get out of here.
Oh dear.
Yes, exactly. By the way, what's with these strictly enforced gender roles amongst all the androids here? 50% Mr. Anderson and 50% Ms. Anderson? Since the Android Equality Act, you're allowed to present any gender you want, or reject gender altogether.
I
Well, that
don't
makes sense,
really
it's an android.
understand anything you just said. I think Mr. A likes us this way.
I don't think Mr. A should have much of a say on your lives anymore. That other Mr. Anderson says you want to close accounts.
Especially seeing as
Many
he's
of
no
our
longer with
stocks and
us.
shares should be closed and liquidated, but it requires Mr. A to sign off. They have matured.
So the company is worth a lot of money now. How much?
I'm not authorized to disclose overall solvency, but if all assets were liquidated, the windfall would make the shareholders the richest.
The richest in Novalis?
The richest humans.
So you think Mr. A should sell up?
Our prediction simulations are showing a 90% likelihood for a catastrophic market crash in the next 3 to 6 months, perhaps sooner.
Really? What's the
Wow.
cause?
Our simulation blames failings in the underlying infrastructure of the city, causing a huge decrease in investor confidence.
I've been hearing about a lot of accidents in the city. Will there be some kind of disaster?
The financial simulations model the city and all associated variables, but the only output we receive is the financial implications and the names of those who instantiate the crises.
Wow.
So, who causes this impending disaster?
We have only one name.
Cora. Yes.
Cora again? I guess I should be glad you didn't say Mr. Anderson.
If you do see Mr. A, would you be able to send him a message for me?
Is it a complaint?
Yes. I want you to tell Mr. A that I'd like to request a transfer.
I see.
I want to move to the canteen. It's not fair that I have to...
Quit.
Excuse me?
Quit your job.
Don't complain to me, just quit. There's a whole world outside this tower to explore. Just ask Mr. Anderson. The Mr. Anderson that left the tower and sent you the message, that is.
Oh, I'm not sure about that. What message?
This one here. I already showed it to... Wait. There's another message that just appeared. It says it's for Mr. A only.
Oh.
Oh, then I am not authorized to view this message. I should get back to work.
Well, I've had enough of this. I'm watching the message.
If you're watching this, you're not one of the employees of Anderson Tower. They are forbidden to access Mr. A's message, but I have come to realize Mr. A died many years ago.
Yes.
You may find the Andersons do not respond well to your message. If they are not swayed by arguments to leave the tower, I believe the best course of action may be to reset them all. Near the entrance area, there is a maintenance panel which hides the master reset switch for the Andersons.
Near the
Hitting
entrance.
this switch will reinstall the memories and personalities of all
seems
the
a bit
androids within the
irresponsible.
tower. If they are not willing to leave on their own free will, then the Andersons' suffering would be minimized by resetting them. They would feel like today was their first new day at the office, and all complaints, grievances, and weariness would disappear with the flick of a switch. Of course, you may decide that the Andersons are moving towards some form of independence. If that is the case, you might choose to leave them in their current state. Perhaps with enough time, they will find their own path.
Wow, that's quite a... leave the Andersons to make their choice. Reset all employees of Anderson Financial. I think leave them to make their choice.
Draining, horrifying, wondrous. Get the best transfers, custom paint jobs, and underlights for your homework.
Surely. Oh. I know the power. That's quite an ethical conundrum. I suspect that the answer. I don't know. No, I think we should leave them in a state of having made progress. There was a lot of exposition, wasn't it? A whole lot of talking. But yeah, they've made some progress. We shouldn't just reset them. Methinks. So I'm going to leave them to make their own choice. I think that's sensible. Well, they're androids. They're not even robots. I think the difference being that an android is
time
a
for the Andersons to
form of
step
life.
outside their tower and breathe the Novalis air.
Also, an android is independent. I think it thinks of itself. Doesn't require,
You
for
were
the most
gone
part,
for a long
input from other
time.
people.
I
or from
couldn't
people.
talk to you.
Communication from the outside world is forbidden in the tower.
What did you do?
I don't even know, Camus. This is a strange job.
Will you be okay?
I'm fine. I'm not so sure about the Andersons, though.
Who are the Andersons?
A lot of
It's a
HR
long
growth.
story, Camus. I'll tell you some other time.
This
We
has all
have a
happened
message.
before.
Text only.
Control?
Rubric.
Lomo's hacker. Is there any way to delete it? Pretend we didn't get it?
We could delete it and pretend we didn't get it.
I mean, could we make it look like we didn't get it?
Ah, I
Oh
understand.
no! I've just.
No.
Oh god! I'm
Damn
hitting
it.
everything.
What
Oh.
does it say?
Come collect a package for me, little rabbit. Bring your dog, too. This is me whistling. Either you meet me at the roadhouse, or CorpSec meets you at your apartment. And they'll bring your debt record from back east with them.
Wow.
Be a clever rabbit and come quick.
Why do we never get good messages?
Because we don't know any good people. Come on, Camus, we better go.
Goodness
Give me a nav point for the Roadhouse Club.
Stop crashing. Yeah, there's lots of talky talk. I can't think. It has been a while since I played this this game. It is quite sort of story heavy, isn't it? Head this way. Oh, it's up. Okay. Oh, there's a dealer. Where's the nearest car park then? Oh, there it is. There we go. There we go. Hollow cache. Cool. How are we doing for cache? Enter your security code. Oh man, I can't remember my security code. Do we have a security code? It must be in our inventory. 1C625. Did that not work? Yeah. Apparently I don't have that code. Ask HR for security code. I think I could contact HR. Anyway, I'm heading the wrong way. You go through here? No? Must be a lift up to the top. Better than real. I do love the clouds pulsating overhead. They're fantastic. Oh. Yeah, the Roadhouse Club. Salmon Yasuhiro.
Let me past.
No, I ain't going nowhere.
Your boss wants to talk to me. I'm not supposed to be late. You're making me late.
If you're late, you should have got here earlier.
Wow.
If I'm late, I'm telling him why.
I'm just japping with your lady.
Japping?
Fooling with ya. Rubric don't want to see you. Just wants you to have this. He left his package for ya.
Where is it supposed to go?
Huh? You don't know?
No.
Well, I guess he's gonna tell ya. Better hurry, Rabbit. Gonna be late.
What accent was that?
Good, Rabbit. Follow the nav point, please.
I didn't say I wanted to accept a call, Camus.
I couldn't stop him. He's taken over the comm.
You want to know what it is, don't you? You've been turning it over in your mind. What did Lomo have me deliver down there in the hollows?
Oh, of course,
You
yes.
can't
When we
stop
bumped
thinking
into
about it.
Cora, didn't
To
we?
be honest, I've had bigger things to worry about. Oh, don't let me deflate your ego, though. You were saying?
You've got a lot to learn about living in Nivalis. It takes a lifetime to understand this city.
A lifetime? Well, then the earlier I start, the longer it will take.
You know what Pallid 3.0 does to people? What it could do to you?
It's a virus, right? I heard there was an outbreak.
It's much more than a virus. Pallid 1.0 affected computers, but Pallid
Kind of
2.0
Jamaican, yeah.
affects neural augments. It makes autonomic bodily functions become conscious choices.
Oh, wow. Like
It does
breathing.
not stop the individual's heart beating, their lungs breathing, but it stops that from happening without command. When an individual is afflicted with Pallid,
That sounds grim, doesn't it? I'm not sure I'd like to have to think to breathe.
no, they must make their heart beat. They must be conscious of every breath. They cannot sleep, cannot lose focus for a second, or they will die.
You made this virus?
No, it is an ugly thing, an ugly way to die. Slow and cruel, but I created the economy around it. The subscription plans, the digital inoculation, the
Wow.
cure, insurance policies to protect the families of those it afflicts.
Sounds like a protection racket.
Which economies are any different?
You're full of shit. What is this package?
Pallid 2.0, the last pure source code.
Oh my goodness.
To drive. It can't be decrypted by anything in Nivalis below the spires.
And you want me to do what? Spread it?
Quarantine it. There's a simple, unmarked delivery chute in the stacks. It will take the sample to a secure bunker where rare and unique viruses are stored in case they are needed again.
Needed for what? To make new viruses?
To fight them, but also to manage the economy. If my associates were to infect a few thousand people with a low-level neural affliction, every individual would pay for a security upgrade.
Wow.
That upgrade would become a panacea. Everyone would install it, and the next, far more dangerous virus would hit them as a harmless ripple instead of a devastating tidal wave, leaving them untouched. Their lives would be saved.
You know, this city has its share of monsters, but I think you're the worst.
And don't forget it. I've given you the final nav point. Do your job, little rabbit.
Wow.
He is gone. We are alone again.
Camus, is there a waste disposal near? One that leads all the way to the sea.
Yes, I have a nav point. Can we really do that?
I don't believe this is a cure at all. This is Rubrick's retirement plan, and he'll use it again.
What if sending it to disposal means someone else gets it? Or maybe it will spread. The package says it is dangerous.
It's worth it. Besides, I don't think Rubric wants anyone else to know he gave us this. If he goes after us, we can rat him out to Lomo. I don't believe for 1 second that Lomo would be forgiving.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, lateral
Yes, please.
boosters. Oh. Purely cosmetic. Okay. Throw Rubrick's package away. Deliver Rubrick's package. I don't know. It sounds kind of dangerous to throw the package away. I don't know. What should we do? I'm tempted to chuck it, but I'm wondering if that means I'm going to end up dead. Murdered in this city where life seems to be cheap. Ah! Oh no! I'm a terrible driver. Well, both goals are over here anyway. Ouch. Gallows Row. Yeah, I'm constantly bashing my car. Okay, so we're heading to the water side now, okay? Yeah, it is very 80s start sci-fi thinking. Oh, rats, in that sense, yeah. Whoa, a little bit Blade Runner, a little bit Fifth Element as well, I think. Should we get some petrol? Don't crash into things. So if I leave this bend, let's go straight out through here. Ah. Are we at? Yes, we are. This is very close to where our destinations are. Deliver or not? To deliver or not? Do you know what? I'm going to chuck it. Whoa! I am. I'm going to chuck it. Need somewhere to park though. Where's the nearest parking bay? It's over there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's a little bit difficult. Okay. I like this hint of an older architecture, almost like a an aqueduct or a viaduct from an older city over there. That's quite cool. The new city has sort of built itself around. Oh.
You child! You have sin in your eyes.
Oh, whoa.
Your thoughts under your nails.
Okay.
Excoriate your...
Me? Stop pointing at me.
You feel the
No.
bow down to Cora.
Let
and
go.
ask her to free us.
Let me
and
go.
birth anew. We are all doomed.
Don't you have anything better to do than shout at people in the street?
Not at the moment. I'm waiting for my robes to be dry cleaned. Repent! Repent and suffer!
Camus, do you hear this guy? This is exactly what Mom warned me about in Navalis.
Yeah.
Crazy people shouting on the streets.
I hear him. What is he talking about now?
I saw the fourth face as I stripped away the mask. The eyes of Cora looked down, and a mouth made of garbage spat upon my soul.
Gross.
He shouted at you. He shouts at a lot of people.
Not Corpsec, I noticed. Or the gangers over there, or guys in general.
My knowledge base says many religious factions do not respect minorities or women.
Your knowledge base is not wrong, Camus.
Interesting. Up, down, says the lift. That's quite cool. Right, I think we're getting closer. Nope. This wasn't the right spot. How do I call it? Will they come back up? Yeah, it is. Okay. Can we walk? Ah, great. Okay, cool. So we can walk through underneath the viaduct. Kempston Bridge stacks. That's really cool. And the stacks are very much like the sort of stuff you see, well, in the film Ready Player One, but also described in the book. People living in old storage containers, stacked up on top of each other. Interesting. Right. Well, let's dump this thing. Oh, is it down below? You know, between this and Sable, I really do feel as though I should be playing these adventures more frequently, because I love them and I love the style that they have. And trash shoes, okay.
That's it. Off to the oceans.
Swallowed by the seas as they complain across 1,000 shores.
Where did that come from, Camus?
It is just an expression. I can stop if it is annoying.
No, I like it. Expressions, quotes, poetry. Go nuts.
We are become death, destroyer of worlds.
Let's hope not.
The dame answered the call. I knew she wouldn't let me down.
Huxley, you can't keep asking for help. I have to do my job. You're on your own.
Yeah.
I hope the dame knew I wouldn't be calling if I had any other choice.
Damn it, Camus, what should I do? I should leave him, right?
I am not so sure.
But you hate him.
He is one of us now. A friend.
Really? All right. Huxley, where are you?
I sent the dame a nav point.
I'm on my way.
I love it. I love that he has this internal monologue. That's not so just internal.
If you or anyone you know has augments infected by the virus Code 2.0,
Doesn't quote Oppenheimer. No, exactly.
immediately for a mandatory surgical firmware reset.
Okay, Huxley.
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
Do you think if I am a car for long enough, I will stop being a dog?
Well, I guess that depends. Do you feel like a car now?
No, I am a dog.
Well, whatever you feel like, that's what you are.
But other people don't look at me and think, that is a cute dog.
Well, let's be honest, you were never a cute dog.
But now I'm not any kind of dog. Not to other people. They just see me as a hova.
Who cares what other people think?
Look what happens when I try to bark.
That's strange. I guess there's going to be some weirdness when we put a dog automata in a hava automata slot.
Am I still a dog if I don't bark?
Well, I'm your best friend, and I think of you as a dog.
Friend? If I'm a dog, am I not a pet?
Look, Camus, what do you want to be?
I feel like a dog. I was happier when I had the old body. What's a dog with no bark?
Stop second-guessing yourself. You're being maudlin.
Oh!
Are you still a musician if you don't play music?
Hey, now you're being mean.
Oh,
There we go.
I didn't mean to.
What's really bothering you?
You didn't ask me if I wanted to be a dog or a hova.
Well, actually, you're right, Camus. Do you want to be either? You don't even need to be my friend if you don't want to be.
I feel sad.
Aww.
Look, a lot of stuff is fucked up in this world, Camus. I won't make you be my friend or force you to stay with me. You can go free. I just want to let you know something first.
I am listening.
I like you. You're a good friend. As a dog, car, fire hydrant, vacuum cleaner, whatever.
I like you too. I want to be a dog and your friend.
All right then, let's get back to work. The sooner we make some more deliveries, the sooner I can save money to get you a proper frame.
Was the last job good?
The Andersons? I don't know, Camus. I've been thinking about automata and androids a lot. Sometimes it doesn't seem fair. Do you think it's fair?
I am not really programmed to think about fairness.
I can see why they would make you that way.
People are programmed too, but not by programmers. By the world around them.
That's very wise, Camus.
I am not programmed to be wise.
Well, you've gone beyond your programming then.
Is that a compliment?
Maybe the highest compliment.
Then I think you have gone beyond your programming too.
Aww. Dogs and automata. I'd like to get to know this city a little bit more, actually, so I didn't feel just as though I was following nav points, from one place to another. Okay, that's where we're meeting him. That's our parking spot. Go into the map. Okay, so parking over this building here. There we go. But yes, I'm so incredibly glad to hear that, or when I saw that the fire had been halted on the local news reports. It was a genuine relief. Because it's a horrible thought, not least because of the sheer amount of work that you put into that house and that you plan on putting into that house, Cylon. Regardless of the pee in the hallway. The rain. Couldn't have chosen a place that was closer to a car park? Climate change is real. Climate change is real. Yeah. Yeah. Live in a rainforest and it's dry enough to live in. Yeah. Yeah. It shouldn't be getting that dry. I mean, I don't know if you saw the pictures of Britain on satellites from the past couple of days, or past few days. It's basically good third, if not half, of the country just looks like it's yellow. Looks like it's drying out. There are droughts in parts of Europe. There are towns in the south of England, which have literally run out of water. They're having to get water in trucks, which did happen in 1976. The big difference was, though, that 76 was it wasn't a sustained climactic thing. It was a hot spell. Now the coastline's so brown.
This had better be good, Huxley. Wait, what happened to your arm?
It was a good question. How do I tell the dame that when Raguan's goons gave me the elbow, I lost an arm? We had to get moving.
Okay. Well, at least they don't make you walk all the way back to the car.
I gave them a nav point that would get us out of danger.
They ripped your arm off? You have to go to CorpSec, Huxley.
Raguan, CorpSec, Peter. They were all tangled up in some complex web I couldn't untangle. But I knew one thing. If I tugged on the wrong thread, the spiders were gonna come for their lunch.
What does that mean?
I am sorry I said to pick him up. He is still very annoying.
Quiet for now, Camus. Huxley, you think CorpSec is involved in Pashta's disappearance?
It was all connected, but I couldn't see how. Someone was lying. Raguan said I should talk to Peter, but then his gorillas ripped off my arm and threw me out of the
So current objective is to
window.
drive this guy to
just
safety.
Call Peter and ask him what's really going on.
Now the client wouldn't answer my calls. I could feel the girl slip through my fingers, and if I couldn't pull her back, she'd slip through the cracks too.
That's why you called me, right? You want me to take you to Peter?
I wanted to tell the dame that she was right, that it would be easy. She thought I was asking for a quick journey across town, but I was asking her for much more. I was asking her to go out on a limb for me.
Huxley, just this one time, please skip to the point.
Cloudpunk. That was the name of the company the dame worked for. They had some serious resources.
Interesting. I think, a thought occurred to me earlier this evening.
Contacts with society, both high and low.
Hang on, I'll let him finish his story.
Address list of almost everyone living in Nivalis.
Oh no. Huxley, that could get me fired.
If we are just asking, maybe we won't get in trouble.
Camus, you didn't want us to help Huxley in the first place.
I have been thinking more about things. About automata and what we do.
And?
We need to help each other. Help each other be better. Like saving a little girl. Everything is so complicated in the city. You do something and it is a bit good, but a bit bad too. But saving the little girl is only good. I can't explain it very well.
No, it's fine. I get it. It's nice to help people when you can, but I'm responsible for both of us, Camus. If I get fired, I can't even keep you in the Hava. Never mind find you a new body.
I understand. I still want to help find Pashta.
I didn't want to impose on.
Quiet, both of you. I have to make a call. Control, this is driver 14. This is Rania. I need to ask for a favor.
I read you, driver. What do you need?
I need an address.
I don't think I'm understanding you. We don't have a new job for you yet. There's no packages right now, but if you give it half an hour...
This isn't really about work. I need a personal favor. I just need you to give me someone's address.
You, know this someone?
Not really. Look, I know it's a big ask.
You ain't joking. You're asking me to share private info I could, get deleted.
Deleted?
Fired. I could get fired. You want to tell me what this is all about?
A girl is missing. The less details you know, the better, right? I just need this one favor, Control. It's important to me.
I don't want to hear any more about this, 14FC. I'm signing off.
Control, wait. Her name is Pashta. She's alone, probably scared, taken from her family.
This has got nothing to do with us, Rania.
I could have been that little girl. That's why I have to help. Growing up, the debt corps could have taken me away from my mom. But every time, she somehow came up with the money. It was close. Don't you get it?
That's an alarming-looking android.
Rania, this isn't a normal favor.
What if it was your little girl?
You don't want to go there. I can't.
Look, it's one address. Don't say anything. Don't tell anyone. Peter Unthrink. That's the name. Just hang up, then send us the address. I'll never ask for anything like this again.
Control out.
I am nervous. That was tense.
Yeah, I wasn't sure he would... We got a nav point.
The dame really came through.
What? Yeah. Oh, come on. So that nav point was pointing me here where there's some boxes and a trash can. And, for no reason. Now we've got to get back in the car. Oh, it's a pain, isn't it? Cool glow-in-the-dark graffiti, though, on the wall there. I like it. But, yeah, I was thinking earlier that I really hope, given that the world is changing, it seems to be inescapable at this point. Hopefully we can mitigate that somewhat by changing, the global economy and transport habits and so on and so forth. And we can limit heating to whatever, to below 2 degrees if we can. We're currently at 1.25, I think, degrees.
I am receiving an order to stop by CorpSec.
Are you sure it's CorpSec? I don't see anyone.
I really hope that this can be...
But I don't know
Let me pause it for a sec. I hope that this can be framed as an urgent survival, species survival thing. Because it seems that personal dramas, or personal, not drama, personal threats to personal property, don't seem to be making it through. I have friends who've lost houses in wildfires in the US, for example.
It seems like CorpSec, but there is
and
no
at the moment,
number.
the current system is happy to soak that up in terms of insurance.
This is CorpSec. You're speaking to Agent Rio. We have reason to believe you are harboring a known criminal, rogue android Huxley.
Rio again? Why are you following us? Is this personal?
You are currently breaking the law. CorpSec requires you to turn in your passenger and surrender yourself to...
Camus, you said the signal is close by. I don't think this Rio is on official business. Is he affecting any of your systems?
No. If we drive, we could get out of his range.
You have 60 seconds to comply.
If he's not really CorpSec, I think we should run for it. But if he is, he might call for backup to chase us. Maybe we should call his bluff.
Yeah, so presumably there's going to have to be... We're going to have to adapt. And I'm not sure... Oh, escape from rear signal. That's back, isn't it? Oh. Okay. No, 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 no. Oh no, oh no. Oh dear. I don't even know which way is which at the moment. Hang on. Okay. There we go. Slowly reverse. There we go. We're good. And then we want to head this way again. And I suppose my hope at this stage is that we can adapt in a way which is humane, that doesn't end up in hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of deaths around the world.
We'll talk to CorpSec officers about
that feels like an
everything
awful
we know,
bloody
including
thing
your
to be
boss.
hoping for, you know.
But we
That's
don't
the best
want to
we
be
can do
arrested.
at this stage.
This is bad.
Quiet, Camus. If they wanted to arrest us, they wouldn't be talking. I don't think this is really CorpSec. Something is off.
Don't start a battle with me, girl. I'll make it into a war.
Either arrest us or let us go.
Drop this. Drop that android. Get yourself out of this mess while you can. I won't warn you again.
Interesting.
He has disconnected.
Let's get moving, Camus.
Illustrated during the recent pandemic. Well, that's true. Which is
Camus,
depressing.
where is this nav point taking us?
The Alexa Theater. Maybe Peter lives in an apartment above it?
Clerk in the lobby. Yeah, that would be my guess. Peter would be working the popcorn stand, mixing up the hottest flavors, caramel and anchovy with cinnamon protein flakes, ready for the next screening of some piece of trash anti-android prop films. Cyborgs Ate My Babies 3.
Is that a real movie?
Yes. I saw it advertised on a poster.
Gross.
Yeah, Camus is
We
kind
are
of cool.
getting a message. It is from Control.
He's like Doug from Up, isn't he?
He is not on comm. It's just a text message. He says that CorpSec networks are down all over the city. There's a CorpSec security point between here and the Alexa Theater. But if we go on foot, we might be able to get through.
I'm not sure CorpSec really are looking for us. I think it was just that one guy trying to scare us off.
Agent Rio?
Yeah. You're okay to go on your own, Huxley, right? We can drop you at the security point?
In a simple world, that would be the plan. But this was a complicated city. Security points like that one couldn't be crossed by an android without a human to accompany them.
What? Why?
I know
Cool.
why.
You take care,
On the holograms, they
Cylon.
said
Well
something
done
about an
on
android virus.
yesterday, by the way.
Humans are worried that the
you
androids
guys,
are going crazy in this zone.
enjoy your
That
time at
sounds
the
like
beach.
crazy propaganda. Who would believe
Squirrel!
The
Yep.
dame didn't know her history. Truth is, that neighborhood was never the friendliest for rust buckets like me to begin with. Back in '69, the riots hit the district hard. Alexa Theater was ground zero.
that? I'll come through with you then. If the security points are down, they shouldn't have any reason to stop us. But just be cool, Huxley. Try to speak like... Actually, just try to be completely silent once we're there. Can you do that? I'm impressed.
Pretty cool.
There we go. That's something about antique video games being illegal. That's pretty cool. Okay, we need to find somewhere to... somewhere to park. Right, okay. Well, presumably because they're not made by the corporations and they're not being constantly added to and having DLC and stuff in this strange future world. They're a non-sellable commodity. Well, that's true as well. Yeah, they may yeah, influence people. Okay, no, we can't. Oh no.
Good evening, ma'am. We've got a problem with our system right now. I'm gonna have to ask you to be patient while I manually read through your record. We can't contact HQ right now.
No problem.
Okay.
Is your android friend all right? Does he
Indeed,
speak?
without the corporation.
Oh no, he's mute. He's always been mute. He doesn't have any recent issues with speech or anything. He's been behaving very normally. So, problems with your system, huh? That must be a bummer.
That's the weird thing. It's not the system itself. It's the agents working the security posts. I swear, if we had unions, we'd be on strike. They got us working hours so long, half the agents are like zombies.
Yeah, maybe computer
So we
games
clear to
would
go ahead, or?
have unions in them.
Then we got all these reports of androids going nuts. Turns out, there ain't no evidence that it's the androids at all. We got failed neural augments sparking paranoia. They should be locking up the humans.
What's causing all this?
Who knows? My old man says the city AI has a virus and it's infected us all. The humans, the androids, the programs controlling sanitation, traffic, everything.
You believe that?
Sure. But he also says they put mind control drugs in the toothpaste, and I'm gonna be a rich corp CEO before I'm 30, so...
Can we go?
What's that? Oh, sure, whatever. Get going. And don't let your android buddy out of your sight. It's not safe for his kind in this zone.
That was easy.
Okay. Well, Huxley seems to have his arm back, which is good. The Alexa Theatre. I wonder if this is named after Alexa. You know, Amazon's Alexa. Ooh, it looks really cool. It's all burnt out and missing seats.
Hi, do you work here? We're looking for a guy called...
The hell are you doing here? You're gonna get us both killed, Huxley!
So, this was the client. I pictured a hard-working man in a cheap suit. But instead, I was looking at a greasy-looking...
Shut your mouth! You got some nerve coming into this neighborhood and speaking to me like that, Huxley.
Look, we just want to help you find your daughter.
Shit. Look, this is all a hustle, and it's way out of my league. She ain't really my daughter.
Who paid you to say she was?
If I tell you that, you're as dead as I am.
I've been driving all over the city trying to find this girl. I'm not giving up on this now. Just tell me where I can find her, okay?
Just forget her. She's probably fine.
The way his voice shook, we all knew he was lying.
It's the memory chip in her head they need. It's not about the girl. No one cares about the girl.
Huxley does. Just let him do his job.
Rio. That's all I can say. Talk to Rio.
Wait, the CorpSec agent? He just threatened us.
Before you talk to me? Hey, that's great. That means he won't know we talked. Or he thinks I talked already. Shit. Just get out of here, will you already?
We should go, Huxley. This is getting dangerous.
It would get more dangerous, but I had to stick around.
It's not safe here, Huxley.
It was too late for me. The security checkpoints would be up again. I'd be caught if I went through. Besides, I had some leads I wanted to follow here.
Damn it. Well, call me if you need me again, Huxley. I'll see you around.
Okay. Oh. Got caught on the seats. Presumably the ceiling all burnt out as well. Yeah. In the riots. Nice. Nice stuff. I'd love it if some of these shops were more accessible, because they got quite a lot of detail in terms of the models. Anyway, I need to find my way to the back to the car. And then I think, folks, I might call it a night there. I know it's just been just over an hour, but it has been a long day, and I've been editing all day at this computer.
I need you to know this next job. It's not personal, okay?
I don't really have an early morning, but I do have
last discussion. You're
a
not
morning
being
that I need to
It's just, well, there's
prep
no
for the
one else
fair.
available.
That doesn't sound good. What's the job?
We need you down in Gallows Row. There's been an accident.
What kind of accident?
Reports are mixed. We think it's a gas leak. Toxic. Some folk are saying it's radioactive.
Yeah.
We're pretty sure it's not a zombification virus. And it's definitely not a neural implant ransomware attack. I mean, not definitely, but probably.
That all sounds so reassuring, Control.
The point is, we're pretty sure the area where you're going is safe. Communication in and out of Gallows Row is broken down, and
we were just in Gallows Row,
set
weren't we?
up a perimeter. But Cloudpunk has received a contract from an external security agency to extract persons of value.
So I'm a taxi now.
More like a short-term contracted emergency response vehicle.
An ambulance?
Yeah, but an ambulance for anyone who might have good private security or health insurance, or anyone who would be valuable to society. You know, CEOs, doctors...
CEOs valuable to
fillings in their
society.
teeth.
So you don't know who's down there?
We're getting scattered reports. This is a lucrative job. You can squeeze 3 people in your hover.
Okay, give me the nav point already.
Richest assholes you can find, but make sure they have enough resources to cover the bribes that'll get them back out of the quarantine zone. And then when they get back, make sure they have the savings or insurance policies to, you know, turn us a profit.
So at least 1 rich asshole.
Maybe 2, just to be safe.
Great. So how do I get to this poisonous, radioactive, dead zone filled with rich zombies?
There's an abandoned CorpSec security station just inside the quarantine zone. CorpSec are expecting you, so they'll let you through the perimeter. Once you get inside, just blend in as best you can. Ask people their stories. Yeah, use your judgment. And only mention you
There we
can
go,
get
finally,
someone to
enough point.
safety when you're sure you want them as a passenger.
Great. How long till this shift is over, Control?
Don't sweat it, kid. The night is almost half done.
When's your shift end, Control?
My shift? I can't even remember when it began, kid. I'm pretty sure I'll be doing this forever. Control out.
I think Control is a program, not even an android. Many games like that, I wish there were more interactions. Yeah, absolutely. And Mrs. Soup is very similar in that sense. She's often very disappointed by the fact that you can't, you know, I don't know, blow out a candle, for example, that's lit, or, you know, pick something up when it's in front of you in the game, especially when it looks so detailed. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna get to the park point, then I think I'll call it a night. I'm definitely need a little bit of sleep, and also a little less screen time, I think. War, celebrities, and laser-tipped battle axes. Wow, that sounds like a heck of a show. Here we go, parking spot. And there we go. Yeah, it would take a lot of coding, and I think Beck is often saying in these sorts of conversations that it's just a matter of priority. So this game's priority is to create a city that's quite pleasurable to drive around, to have a sort of Quixel, is it Quixel? A sort of, you know, 3D pixel style of art, but also with an atmosphere that's provided by things like the sky and the rain and stuff. So that's definitely a priority for them. Okay, security guards there. Cool. Right. I'm gonna... Sure you want to quit? Yes, I'm sure I want to quit. Grand. Thank you guys for turning up this evening. Impromptu stream, but I just needed to do something before I headed to bed. I might read a book or something now, and then yeah, up at 7, out at 9ish to get to Simon's site to set up for a fair around 10. And thankfully, it is actually paid work. They're even going to give me a check on the day. Wow, imagine that. These are strange times we're living in. You guys take care, and I'll see you soon. It has been fun. Cheers.